Hey there, Butler students. This video is going to give you an overview of how to navigate your Canvas course. So follow along with me and come back to this video anytime you're confused. Don't just sit there being confused. Come back to this video. Alright, so when you log in and go to your Canvas course, you're going to see a dashboard. It probably looks different from mine because this is my teacher dashboard, but you're just going to find your English class and click on it. And then the next thing you'll see is this. You'll see a home page. Everything you need to access, you can access from this home page that pops up automatically when you click on the course. So scroll down. And this is my home page. It may not be your teacher's home page, but this is what a home page looks like. So you're going to scroll down, and two important things here. Live lessons. So you're going to go to this button every day when your teacher is meeting with you online. You're going to click live lessons, and then you'll see a link for your teacher's meetup, probably in Google Meets. But anyway, right here, this big button, live, that means this is where we're meeting online. Now when it comes to getting your work done, you're going to click on enter here. And everything in enter here is set up by units. So obviously, you're going to start with unit 1. Later on, of course, you'll go to other units. Okay, and then you're going to see this. Now this is important. Look right here. It says days 1 through 4. So don't look at this screen and freak out and go, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to get all this done? You don't get all this done at once. Look at these daily lessons, very short. So you should read this, the essential question and the goal statement, so you know what you're focusing on. And then on day 1, you're just going to go to day 1. Click on the first thing that is linked. And here it comes. Now some of this your teacher's going to do with you, and some you'll be doing on your own. But just stick with these divisions, day 1. Now notice under day 1 lesson it says go to live lessons on home page at 8 a.m. Now this says 8 a.m. because this is on my first block Canvas course. This will be different times for different courses, but because this is my first block, it says first thing, first bullet point, go to live lessons. So how do you do that? Do you remember? Go back to that home page, all the way back to the home page, and there that is. Remember, live lessons. So that's where you're going to go first any day your teacher is meeting with you at the beginning of the block. So back to where we were, enter here, first unit, and then pay attention to the day-by-day breakdown. So day 1, you're going to meet live first. Everybody's going to be doing that the first day because your teacher's going to want to meet you, right? So day 1, go to live lessons. Then there's this task, essential learning task. And don't forget when you're in a task, often there are multiple pages within that task. So how do you get to those? You just click next. This one took me to an external source, so it opened in a new window. So once I'm finished with that source, I'm going to need to go back to a different tab, back to Canvas. I'm going to click next again. And then look at this. This is a graded activity. So this is the first thing you're actually going to be doing. You had to read first, now you're going to be doing this. Anytime you're in a discussion board, that's what this is. Don't type your entry here. Remember to click reply. That's going to open your text box where you can type and then post. All right, so I want to get back to where I was. So I'm going to click home over here. And that takes me right back to that first page where those essential buttons are. Live lessons and enter here. And these are your most important buttons. Live lessons and enter here. Most important. All of these others are information, but you're not going to be clicking on those every day. Most days from the home page, you'll click Live Lessons and enter here. So let's go back to that. Back to Unit 1. Back to Day 1 lesson. So there were 2 linked tasks here. Let's imagine I just finished that first one because remember, I went to that page and I clicked Next until I got to the end. And then let's talk about this word, asynchronous. Asynchronous means this is an activity you'll be doing on your own. So synchronous means we're all going to be together. We're going to be synchronized. We're all going to be together online. Asynchronous, that you can think of that like homework. So once your live session is over, don't forget you may have other things to do in that day's lessons. So you're going to click on that. Read. You're going to have to read, people. You're going to have to read the information. Look what it says. Now that you have read and reflected, so read. Everything you need is here if you read. So I'm going to read this. I'm going to click Next. And then a little problem popped up here because it says I couldn't log into google.com. So I'll work that out later. Don't worry about that. Let's go back to where we were. All right, so as far as navigating the course goes, that's the bottom line. Home is always going to take you back to that home page, to the essential buttons that you need. Live lessons, enter here. When you're ready to work, enter here. When you're doing the work that's asynchronous, homework, you're going to click enter here. But if you get lost, if you get confused, and you probably will, because this is a weird situation we're in, right? Weird situation. If you get lost, if you get confused, always go to the home, and there's your information. And there are some supportive things here, like if you get confused about Canvas and you've watched this video a couple of times and you're like, I'm still confused. Click Canvas navigation. Your parents can do this with you. See what's under that, okay? All right, so that's basically it. Live lessons, enter here, and that home button, really important. That's going to get you everywhere you need to go for a while. And then you can ask questions when you meet with your class. All right, so I hope that helps. And we're sorry that we're not with you in person, but we're going to get through this. Hang in there. Let us know if you have questions. See you soon.